More insight into NATO's prospects in Afghanistan and its expansion to the east is our military analyst Afghan joining us bright and early this morning. Morning to you. OK, well, more voices of dissent then from Europe. What does this mean? Is this finally an admission that NATO's plan there isn't working? And what's the US Defence Secretary Robert Gates going to think about what France has said?
Well, to be exact, it's not only dissent from Europe. Even the Defence Minister of Australia, he also supported the British brigadier who just came back fresh from his tour of duty from Helmand where he was in charge of the 16 air assault British brigade. So this is a growing understanding in both in NATO military and intelligence community. There is no magic bullet with the military solution to resolve this crisis with Taliban and Al-Qaeda. And ironically, talking about the US strategy, it was supposed to be revised together with British and other NATO members before October. Thing is, the US Secretary came to a NATO meeting, but so far there hasn't been approved revised US strategy. And there is I see the growing discrepancy between what Secretary Gates with his critique about the British and about the British top diplomat and British commander, accusing them being defeatist regarding that there is no possibility of decisive victory in Afghanistan. However, the CENTCOM chief, General Petraeus, several times he reiterated there is no military solution, whether in Afghanistan, whether in Iraq or in Afghanistan. So I guess the US Secretary has to double check with his top commanders in the US and in NATO members before going public.
Well, at this summit in Hungary, we're hearing that Robert Gates laid out a broad new strategy, as it's been reported. He called for improved economic aid and an intensive plan to target Taliban-linked drug lords. Is that going to make any difference?
Well, in a nutshell, it's too little too late. There is only one new element to this old strategy, which is the same both in Iraq and Afghanistan. Stay the course. The paramount strategic blunder is that the US diverted its attention from Afghanistan to Iraq. That's the key issue. Just a couple of days ago, they celebrated on October 7th the 7th anniversary of U.S. Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. 7 years just went bust with no results in sight. And but the tactical important issue that Gates will put on the table at a NATO meeting, finally it dawned to the U.S. decision makers in Afghanistan that without tackling the huge drug trafficking problem in Afghanistan, which is self-financing Taliban and Al-Qaeda, without financial indirect support from Saudi Arabia, there is no way they even can look at the dismal success in the foreseeable future.
Afghan our defence analyst, thanks for coming in the studio today. It was good to hear your views.